Hello, online world. This is Off the Record with Migs Bustos, and today we're going to talk about basketball, specifically Filipina American basketball talent. On the show, we have Lexi Marks going to play for Boise State University Broncos, and we have Vanessa De Jesus going to play for the Duke University Lady Blue Devils. Hello, girls, and welcome to Off the Record. Let's start our interview. I hope you're doing great, doing well, Lexi and Vanessa. So I will start first with you, Vanessa. Can you tell us more about of your Filipino roots and how is it like going to play for Duke?
Yeah, well, my mom, she's from Alaminos, 100 Islands, and my dad, he's from Quezon City. I don't know how to pronounce it, sorry.
Quezon City.
Quezon City.
All right.
And we're playing for Sierra Canyon, on that top platform, so it's always fun and exciting. There's celebrities at our games, and on our boys team, you have LeBron James' son, and past Scottie Pippen's son, so it's always fun. And nationally, we're one of the best teams in the country, so we always have that attention, and we get to travel out of state, which is really exciting too.
How about you, Lexi?
Well, my mom's side is all from the Philippines. My grandma lives in Manila. Well, Sierra Canyon, like she said, to touch up on that, it's amazing. We get to experience a lot. We build a lot of bonds together. Also, we have a good fan base, so we inspire not just youth players, but everybody around us.
So, can you tell us more about your style of play? So, what do you play? What position do you play, Lexi? And maybe more on who influenced you to play basketball and who are your idols?
Okay. So, I play the wing. I'm a versatile player. So basically anything between 3-5, sometimes 2-4 positions. Who? Let me think. Well, I was into dance before I played basketball, and my brothers play basketball. My oldest brother plays professional basketball overseas in New Mexico. So I think he basically influenced me to try out basketball, and I ended up falling in love with the game. And I was always surrounded by it. Yeah.
How about you, Vanessa?
I play as the point guard, so I've always been the point guard since I was little. And some of my idols, well, for one, are my parents. Just their hard work and how much they care for others. That's something that I love to see in them, and I try to incorporate myself. And for basketball, I'd say Kobe was a big person that I looked up to just for what he did as for the women's basketball, and also his mentality. He's just a winner, and he always put in that work ethic, and it's really inspiring to see someone who loves basketball that much.
Now, you mentioned that you went and graduated in Sierra Canyon, and all this maybe hype, and that brings everyone to the games, and that is a good basketball program also. And now you're moving on to your respective universities. Lexi, you're going to Boise State, and now Vanessa, you're going to Duke. So can you tell us the story on what was the recruitment process like, Vanessa? What was that for you?
Well, for me, I was looking for a school that had both valued basketball and academics, because they're both very important for me. So in Duke, I already knew academically it's an Ivy League school. It's really demanding, and I know that I'll get the best education, especially since I'm looking into medicine, which I know they have a top medicine school there. And then on the basketball side, the legacy of all the great players that have come out of there, like Chelsea Gray, Elena Beard, for the women's side, and just the coaches and the community out there. The Duke people out there, they love basketball, so I know the support will always be crazy out there, and then it'd be a great environment to play for.
So what course are you going to take, Vanessa?
Right now I'm thinking of pre-med.
So you want to pursue that medicine route. And Lexi, for you, how was the recruitment process coming into Boise State?
It was pretty amazing. I just made sure that I was getting the attention that I needed, and I was looking for a school that can promise me what I was looking for. For Boise, it was more of academically, I could study broadcasting and communication to focus on that, which includes sports. Also, looking at Boise, I was wanting to play at a high level for basketball, and like Vanessa said, she has a huge fan base there. It's also because basketball is about inspiring other people too.
Are there any women idols, maybe in the basketball world, maybe from the WNBA, on top of mind? Is there anyone that you can think of? Vanessa?
Oh, well, for me, like Sue Bird, that kind of point guard, her mentality, and also Diana Taurasi, just her killer mentality on the court.
About you, Lexi?
Yeah, I would say Maya more defensively wise, and Candace Parker. She's just an all-around player.
Hmm. All right, so now I noticed, of course, you're wearing identical shirts, Phil M Nation Select, and we just want to talk about the influence of basketball to Filipino Americans. It's an untapped, at least untapped avenue, at least here in the Philippines, and we want to get to know more perspective on the Filipina talent. So what is U.S. basketball like for Filipinos like you out there, Vanessa?
Oh, well, for us, right now for women's basketball, I think it's getting that respect and it's getting more noticed, like over time compared to how it was before. But there's still more things that need to be worked on. But having players like Sabrina and other great players who are showing how great basketball is in the women's game and making it more and more exciting and fun to watch, I think it's just going to keep getting more exposure and more people are going to start appreciating women's basketball more.
How about for you, Lexi? Any perspective on Filipinas making a mark in the United States?
I think it's very important. There is it's important for an individual to represent their community. And I think there's a lot of talented Filipino players, and I think we can make our mark doing that. I know in the Philippines, they love basketball. There's actually a lot of Filipino people out here that play too. There was a whole league when I was younger too that we got to play in.
Have you girls been to the Philippines? You can be honest, no worries.
No.
Not yet.
I was younger. When I
Well,
was 8.
you were 8.
Yes.
How was that? Do you remember? Did your parents, fill you in or maybe show you some memories? How was that like?
Yeah, it was. I remember a little bit of it. We went to like Baraka and the beaches, and it was so pretty. And the food was great. That's what I remember most of it.
What about Filipino food? Do you girls eat Filipino food at home?
Yes.
Yes, all the time.
All the time? What's your favorite? How
I like bangos and also pancit, and my mom always makes sinigang too. So.
about you, Lexi? Is there
We
anything?
have we have a Filipino market. There's a lot. And like there's a lot of lumpias. Like my mom was like, that's all we eat. Literally.
Of course. What is now the impression when you take a bird's eye view impression of Philippine basketball? Is there anything that comes to your mind?
Well, like Alexis said, I've heard, they love basketball out there. Like my dad was telling me, like when he was growing up out there, there'd always be people playing pickup games, like at the parks all the time. So I know the love of the game out there is always supported.
Mhm. Is there any, I mean, of course, for you girls, you're in the position to make a mark in your universities and eventually make it to the WNBA. But in any part of your mind, in any part of your maybe subconscious, is there any desire to play for the Philippines in any form, Vanessa?
Yeah, so like you said, right now, I'm really just focused on, school and Duke because of how academically demanding it is and I want to study medicine. But yeah, the desire is always there because I love basketball and I always want to compete and, go to the next level.
How about you, Lexis?
Yeah, I would love to play like anywhere, but I'd want to play in the Philippines. Like overseas teams over there. I haven't heard much of it, but I would love to play over there. I want to play as long as I can.
Mhm. Right now, I know you girls are in California. So what is it like? What's the situation over there, especially with this COVID pandemic? Lexi, is there
Okay.
anything
Uh,
that very unusual now?
Yeah, I mean, yes, the quarantine, the COVID-19. I think it's restricted, being able to go to gyms and etc. But as an athlete, you would be able to find different stuff to do on your own. Like Vanessa, I know she's working. She has a court. I have a court. At workouts, we got our college workout schedule, and they made it an indoor schedule now. So just being productive and looking at the positive and spending time with our families more.
So no team practices first, right? No gyms.
No,
Must be hard.
I know it is.
Yeah. How about you, Vanessa?
Yeah, I say the same thing. I've just been doing my college workouts that I've gotten at home. But yeah, most of the time just spending time with my family, cooking more, running. If I go outside, I go for a run or a walk. But other than that, I'm just staying at home.
Hmm. All right. So, what's the grind like of a woman athlete, Vanessa?
Okay, so at Sierra Canyon in season, it was you wake up, you go to school, and then like me and Alexis, we'd shoot during school at our free periods with our coach or just like by ourselves on the shooting machine. And then after school, you have practice again for like 2 hours. And then after practice, basketball practice, you have conditioning or weight up on like the day. And then after that, you go home, have dinner, do homework. And then by then it's like 10. So then you go to bed. So most of the time, you're just always busy, either putting the work on the court or putting the work in the classroom. So most of the time, you have no free time.
How about you, Alexis?
I agree with Vanessa. It takes away a lot of like friends, social, even family time. But honestly, if you want to be successful and you love what you're doing, it's really worth it. I think you need to put 100% in anything that you do to be successful. So making sacrifices comes with it. But yeah, at the end, it's worth it.
So, what are your goals and dreams, Lexi?
Oh, my goal is, to play as long as I can, go to the WNBA if I can, and overseas, and to eventually coach.
Ah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's an early realization for someone who wants to play first yet. So, what made you decide to you want to coach? I mean, eventually, when you're done playing.
Well, I've had a lot of influences, a lot of great coaches, and I consider them life coaches and mentors, like Coach Kamaki, Coach Stan, and Coach Vic from West Coast Premier. I feel like they made me realize that I want to be able to touch, like, not even younger people, but even like students who want to learn the game. And I think it's like amazing if I can be able to do that.
How about you, Vanessa? Besides from what you mentioned.
For me, I want to study something, get a job in the medical field, maybe possibly being a doctor or whatever that will lead to. But then after my degree, if the opportunity is there, I like WNBA or professional basketball for a couple years. But I just want to do something to help others, like Alexis said, inspire the people too.
Just a side question: what's it like when LeBron and Scottie Pippen and Dwayne Wade are there when they have games, Vanessa?
Well, for me, it's kind of like exciting. It's like, well, like they're actually here, watching us play. And I know they love basketball, so it inspires me to like just play my best, show them like what we got on the court and how like women's basketball is just fun. But it's really cool to have them there and see their support for us and the whole school.
Did you guys get any first-hand experience? Maybe a photo, got a chat with them, or any of the NBA players who have their sons there in Sierra Canyon? Is there any experience between you two?
Yeah. Scottie Pippen. He was actually a big women's basketball fan. He would stay for our games because we play back to back with the boys' games. Kenyon Martin. So a lot of them are very supportive, and they're just always there.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, girls, for joining us here today on Off the Record. So once again, this is Lexi Mark going to play for Boise State University Broncos, and Vanessa De Jesus going to play for the Duke University Lady Blue Devils. Girls, thank you so much. Good luck in your basketball career. And this has been Off the Record with Migs Bustos, and see you the next episode.
Thank you.